empire.
But this is stupid because Russia is very strong power at that time.
Right, but okay, sure, but that is looking back, right? But now you have to imagine yourself that you're Hitler and you're looking forward, and the theory of the time, your advisor is telling you, look at England, look at their position, look at their colonies, look at the Americans, look at the Canadians that were supplying the English. If you don't do anything, if you don't start to think about and concern about how to build up a stable food supply for the entire empire, you will not be able to win this war. And they were looking at a 1,000-year empire, just like the Roman Empire, the East Roman Empire. That was the objective of the Germans. That was their idea. The third, it's called the Third Reich. Das Dritte Reich, that literally means the Third Empire. After the Greeks, after the Roman Empire, they wanted to build the German Empire. That was their big idea. So it may have been stupid because it was focusing on something else. It was focusing on the long term. We just need to win Russia, so let our soldiers do it. They are better equipped. They are well fed than the Russians, better fed than the Russians, and we just need to do it. Otherwise, you cannot win this war. Therefore, we need to take a leap of faith and invade Russia. That's I think what it was. It was a rational decision, not an irrational decision. It was just okay. Having to choose between two evils. I'm sure that Hitler was not convinced that they could beat Russia, but I really feel that he's building a very good case. That Hitler probably thought that if he didn't do it, he could not be able. Germany could not be able to establish that Third Reich. And you have to remember, he had success from the early 1930s. From nowhere, he built up the party. He got political power. He ignited the economy. He invaded West Europe. So he had been success after success. So gradually, he started to believe that he was invincible. Whatever he touched turned into gold. So why wouldn't he be able to actually beat the Russians, who were underfed, ill-motivated, as to the German soldiers have proven to be very strong and very capable.
Why they invaded North Africa?
Why? So Rommel, they had this harmonica war. My guess, and this is my guess, but this was a way to cut off supplies from the colonies back into Europe. So there were supplies coming from Africa and via the Middle East back into Europe. So I think they were trying to isolate the Mediterranean, control the Mediterranean.
They fight it against. Is the French colony or sort of countries?
No, they didn't go that far. They only in the desert. So the coastline of the.
For example, Alger is French colony.
Right.
So they invaded Alger.
But Algeria, no. Algeria was controlled by Vichy France, so they didn't have to invade Algeria. But like Egypt and and Gaddafi's country, Libya. So
why they invaded?
I think that actually they tried to drive a wedge between the colonies and the West, so that they could control the Mediterranean and make sure that they actually could control England, because they were really literally surrounded. So they were surrounded in the east by Soviet Union, and then south there was the influx of resources from the colonies that was helping the British. So looking from that perspective, the chances that Germany had once they started this war, they were strong, but they were kind of overstretching their.
I think it's the same every in the world. Okay, the war, reason the war is very strange for me. Like invading Russia, invading North Africa, Japan is expanding territory to Pacific Ocean and Southeast Asia. This is very strange. How come they try to only satisfy within the Manchuria instead of invading China? And did they believe they will win? I don't think so. But
Well,
this
I must say that I completely agree. What on earth were they thinking?
now is for example China. Okay, China occupies the Asian Southeast Asian war, Southeast Asia, Southeast Sea, Northeast Sea, and Southeast East Sea. They try to occupy. How come they try to occupy the Southeast Sea?
But could it have been? I mean, this is just. I just throw it in there, and I didn't really think this through. But could it have been that basically after when the Meiji era started, Japan really was desperate, trying to get out of this age of isolation, and really wanted to play a role in the world, no matter what. And looking from that perspective, they
No, that is just only imitate European colonialism. So they imitated Taiwan,
for
Chosen.
some
Just only imitation.
Right.
And they try to sell their strong, right? It's sort of a lie. Japan at that time, Japanese are not strong, like North Korea. Put the money on the gunship, put money on the weaponry, and people are poor. So it's kind of they had what's say looks big. Try to sell their looks big.
right.
This is right, but they try to
It's
show
like a Hollywood movie
yeah,
scene.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's just like there's not real buildings. They're just
exactly current North Korea. Exactly. So they try to look big, and so those of people thinking that it is unbelievable, but Japanese war is sort of stance they did. It was so crazy, and how the population they believe in government because government told the lie, told the lie, every lie. Still now, Japanese people believe report from national government broadcast. They believe those news from top to bottom. But those people, okay, some all knowledge, all information, but pick one of those. This is not lie, but pick one of those. This is actually the same as lie. Right? This is happening.
Well, this is where actually, so this is going to fit right into our discussion about philosophy. I think that will play a major role. The differences in philosophy.
This is a current United States fake news is the same. Picking news. This looks like a true, but this is true. But in totally, this is a lie. The same thing happened before war, and the military and Hitler is told a lie to their population, so they believed it. Usually, population decides what civilian they're going to decide where to go, but many cases they told a lie. They don't understand what the fact is, so they follow the government.
Right. Well, basically, I mean, in case of Germany, I think that they really fed into they felt the emotions of the people, they felt the frustration, the hunger, the humiliation, and they gave them a sense of pride. Like they did sell the war on an emotional level. They gave people uniforms, and they gave them like beautiful parades, and they shouted, and they stood up for themselves, and they in defiance of the Western nations, and they made a success for themselves. So they gave them out of that period of humiliation and feeling defeated. they gave them this new sense of pride, and that it's really just the narrative, the story, the way that it was sold. I will show you a video later of a speech of Adolf Hitler that was very successful, that mobilized the emotions, because of course it was stupid to think that Germany could get away with it, to build a 1,000-year empire.
はい、皆さんこんにちは、雲野です。今日はですね、雲野塾の研修のプログラムをご紹介したいと思います。で、こういうふうなホームページありますけれども、ぜひですね、一度中身をご覧になっていただきたいと思います。今日はブーキューブさんのスタジオに来て、この収録をしておりますので、中身はこういうふうになってて、今最近ホットなね、グローバルリーダーの定義など書いてあります。で、特に経団連が作成しました留学すれば英語ができて専門性を持つというだけではですね、グローバルリーダーになれないとここに書いてありますようにですね、仕事ができる、専門性を持つ、英語ができるだけじゃなくてですね、私どもの塾ではリベラルアーツということと、それからもう一つは孫子の兵法、さらにはですね、日本の歴史というものを合わせて教えることによって、皆さんが海外の欧米の方々と、もしくは華僑圏の方々と正々堂々と渡り合えるような人物を育成しようというふうなことを考えています。ここに次のスライドが出ておりますけれども、ここに書いてありますのはですね、さらに、私どもの雲野塾の中身につきましてはですね、欧米の資料しか使っておりません。また実際に雲野塾は英語でやっておりますので、英語の講師がこう話しておりますけど、学習はですね、日本の歴史をまだ教えてますので、学習の午後はですね、日本のプログラムをしております。で、以前はこれ有料だったので、今はですね、実際に会場費も取っていただいておりませんで、毎回5000円ということで、朝9時から午後5時までやっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんですね、ご検討の上ご参加いただければと。英語のできない方もですね、学習の午後こういうふうな研修をしておりますので、ぜひご参加いただければというふうに思っておりますので、よろしくお願いします。で、ここにさらにですね、グループ討議とか実務の勘どころを教えると書いてありますけど、実際には私が10年ほどですね、欧米の新聞とか雑誌等をですね、集めてきた、もともと英語のベースでございますので、そうしたものをですね、50セッションのテーマに分けて資料作成をしております。そういうことで、世界のオペレーション、もしくはカントリーリスクも含めてですね、しかも世界のトップの方々に対しても、いろいろな分析とか洞察をしてですね、議論をしております。そういったことも含めてですね、今後ともよろしくお願いしたいと思います。以上で私の挨拶を終えますが、今回のこのビデオの収録にあたってはですね、V キューブさんのスタジオをお借りしてですね、お時間を頂戴して、このビデオを作成させていただきました。よろしくお願いします。どうもありがとうございました。